That is better. All right. And we're live. Good morning. This is the Alcoholic Beverages Subcommittee of the Baltimore City Delegation. We have a couple bills, but very briefly before we begin, I wanted to welcome Michelle Wurzberger from the Liquor Board here. She is here and will be with us at our meetings going forward, as she has in previous years. And I just wanted to give her a second to say hello to the subcommittee. And then we're going to get on to Delegate Rosenberg's bill.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. I'm Michelle Wurzberger. I am the Deputy Executive Secretary for the Baltimore City Liquor Board.
Motherfucker.
Hello,
Oh.
Delegate Rosenberg. That was live. Okay, Michelle, you want to go back?
On that note, maybe I'm done.
Sandy's not that angry at you.
I will stay on in case there's any questions for any of the two bills that you all are considering today.
That's fine. I wanted to say very quickly, I know that their group of city council people have sent a letter to the liquor board regarding the inspectors. I think one of the bills that we're going to hear next week is a bill with a lot of technical changes from the liquor board in the first place. And I think we'd very much like to have the liquor board at our next subcommittee meeting next week, and we'll provide that information to you. So I wanted to convey that to you here. We'll put it in writing too, but I wanted you to be aware and give them a heads up, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
You are welcome. And with that, we will keep moving and go to House Bill 348. House Bill 348 is from the 41st District and has to do with a small going concern in Park Heights. With a lot of
Why am I not hearing anything?
Hello, we can hear you, Delegate Rosenberg. Can everybody else hear me?
Yeah.
Your volume on your computer may be turned off, Delegate Rosenberg.
They may have heard me.
We have heard him. Can you hear?
I'm on now.
Okay. Well, I just announced House Bill 348 and started to make a joke about it being Pimlico, and I'll stop now because you're on the line now, and it's a brief bill, but why don't you tell us what it does?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the subcommittee. I apologize for anything I might have said online that I shouldn't have said online. This bill would enable the Pimlico racetrack, when the Preakness returns next year, to have a valid liquor license. The track is currently closed for renovation, as you all know, and without this bill, since the liquor law provides that if your business is not open for a certain period of time, you lose your license and have to reapply, start all over again. And so for many people, just as the mint julep is the drink of the Kentucky Derby in Louisville, as the chairman may very well know, based on his educational experience, the Black-Eyed Susans are draped over the winner in the winner's circle of flowers, but the Black-Eyed Susan drink is sold in the stands during Preakness Day, so I am told. And this bill would enable the Maryland Jockey Club to retain its liquor license and to make the Preakness next year and the brief racing meet that will be held next year to be run with a liquor license. So that is what the bill would do, and I would request a favorable report.
Okay, we have Lisa Harris-Jones, who's on the line as well. She's here to testify in favor of the bill, so we'll hear from her now, please.
Sure. I'm Lisa Harris-Jones. I'm here on behalf of the Maryland Jockey Club. Delegate Rosenberg did a fine job explaining the bill. It's pretty straight to the point. Since the racetrack and the facility is being redeveloped and built, there is nothing there to operate with the liquor license, and we're just asking for it to stay alive, so that once we are open, we don't have to apply for a new license. It's pretty simple. And I know there's an amendment, there's a technical amendment that came from DLS that the great Michelle with the liquor board worked with DLS to help prepare.
All right, I do not have a copy of that amendment, but we'll make sure. We're not going to vote on anything today. We'll just hear these bills and we'll move on. Because we do have a couple more bills that are out there hanging, but we'll happily take a look at that amendment. Do members of the subcommittee have any questions for Delegate Rosenberg or his panel, his vast panel? All right,
I have a quick question, Mr. Chair. I'm sorry.
Delegate Boyce, go ahead.
Thank you. And just so I'm just clear, because they're not open due to construction, they would have usually been a part of the general renewal process.
So the liquor license still renews and they have to pay an annual fee. But under the law, if a liquor license is not being used, and Michelle, keep me honest, after you can get an extension after 180 days, but that extension only takes you out to, I believe, 365 days. And because of the construction, it'll be past the 365. So we're asking that the extension be accepted so that, you know, they can have a liquor license once the construction is done.
Okay, and we're due to open in 2028?
No, the Preakness would be run at Pimlico next year. It would be run at Laurel only this year. And then there would be a brief 2-week Preakness meet and a Preakness race, Preakness day.
We're opening in construction all well. We're opening in 2027 for the 152.
The hope is that, but to be sure that if the construction takes longer than that, that's why the extension is for 2029. Just
understood.
Because with anything, there could be delays and anything
that's
could
what I
happen.
needed because it's so far away. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But construction is not expected to be done for the running of the race next year. But the state of temporary facilities is far greater than when we were younger, and you can have above average seating with temporary seating for the crowd at the 27 Preakness.
Okay, I think you can hear me. All right, there we go. All right, are there any further questions for the bill's sponsor or for the panel? Seeing none. Thank you very much. We'll look for the amendment and we'll move on that next week.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. The second bill is House Bill 998. It is the annual 46th District Alcoholic Beverages Bill, which may already have amendments. So we don't have amendments back on it, but very briefly, and we're not going to take any action on it today. It does three things. It allows for the revival in the uncodified language, or it does two things. It is three things. That it allows for the revival of a license, a BD7 license in Upper Fells, and allows it effectively to move to a different location. It also allows the transfer of a BD7 license from the 700 block of Washington Boulevard in the 40th district to the 200 block of South High Street in the 46th district. The 700 block of Washington Boulevard at one point was in the 46th district, so it's allowing it to go into or effectively come back into the 46th district after redistricting. That is more or less what the bill does at this point. And there inevitably with the 46th district liquor bill, there will always be amendments, I think. It's not required, but for some reason, it always seems to happen. So to that end, we'll, does anybody have any questions for me for right now regarding 998?
I do, Mr. Chair.
Go
I
ahead.
heard, so you said 3 was a revival of a license, a
Right.
BDC in Upper Fells to move to another location.
It
You
allows,
said then there was a,
yeah, that's in section 3 of the bill is the BD7 moving from the 1600 block of Eastern Avenue to the 700 block of Alisana Street, which would be Harbor East. So it allows it to move from Upper Fells over to
same
Harbor
district though.
West. Same
but I guess I
district,
didn't hear the
yes. It is a,
third one.
I
heard
think
that.
I
I heard
left one out.
Okay,
In
so
the
transferring
uncodified,
47 from 40th to the 46th.
yes. It was in the 46th, then because of redistricting, it was out of the 46th, and so it's moving it back into the 46th.
Right.
And then in section 2 on the uncodified language, it allows for a licensed establishment on the unit block of West Pratt to keep and allow individuals to consume alcoholic beverages donated by a manufacturer or a wholesaler. It's there to allow for a nonprofit, a not-for-profit entity to do that, and they've provided that information to the Board of Liquor License Commissioners. I think actually I just spotted a typo where it doesn't. I'm not sure that it shouldn't say Liquor License Commissioners, but having said that, so it's there to benefit a not-for-profit at that location in the unit block of West Pratt.
There's the third one. This keeping a license unexpired, but that's the Eastern Avenue Allison.
That's the Eastern Avenue one, yes. So I went kind of backwards. So let's put it in the order in which it's in the bill. Number 1 is the bill, the license that was in the 46, that's out of the 46 is moving back into the 46, into again Upper Fells in that case. And then number 2 allows for a licensed establishment on the unit block of West Pratt Street to keep and allow people to consume licensed or alcoholic beverages donated for a not-for-profit event. That's the second thing. And then for number 3, it's the revival of a BD7 that was in the 1600 block of Eastern Avenue and then it allows it to move to the 700 block of Alisana Street, which was, if memory serves, that is a precinct that normally would not allow a BD7 to move into that precinct. However, the Neighborhood Association in Little Italy has indicated their support, so it allows them.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yes, it's a somewhat more technical bill than usual. Does anybody else have any questions? And if Delegate Boyce has any questions, you're more than welcome again to ask questions. I'm just saying. Does anybody else have any?
You said there are going to be amendments. Do you know what they are?
There'll be amendments, and we'll send them around before next week. Inevitably, there are amendments. All right. So we'll conclude the hearing there for House Bill 998. There's a bill that'll come, and I mentioned it briefly from the Liquor Board that's going to make some technical changes. That bill hopefully will drop here. Well, it's going to have to drop before Thursday. So we'll try and get that around to people quickly. There is a technical error in the bill, and it says March 30th in a place where it should say March 31st. So we may try to fix that, but might, just because of time, just get it in so that everybody has a chance to look at it. If your district happens to have a liquor bill that they want to get heard next week, our meeting next week is pretty much the last stop in order to get this approved by the delegation in time. So tell your friends if there's anything coming out of the 45th, the 43rd, or the 40th, now is the time. Any other questions? All right, 15 minutes sounds about right for this, and thank you all very much.
Thank you.